All right, I'm back. All right, so what you're going to see more moving forward more and more is that kind of cross utility between games and platforms, and something that I envisioned from the very first deployment of like open space VR gaming is that utility being a absolute necessity. And one of the ways of facilitating that necessity is definitely with blockchain technology, carrying NFTs and allowing those like actual in-game purchases to be considered and utilized as an NFT. That way, you are able to have that permanence, carry them in between games, platforms, uh, add and decrease value between them depending on the attribute and ability applied through the gamification, and then do things how you would expect them to be done, if that makes sense. Um, how it should be. And that's like, in my opinion, at least from a developer standpoint, how all development should take place. And whenever you're actually a part of a game, experience, or project, or just in life in general, let's just throw it and have a blanket statement out there. Anything that you've come across that you see like an actual necessity for, then you know, hey, this is room for development to take place that probably actually needs to take place. So that's how I started on all this, and it's kind of a validation to see other people talking about it, and even talking about it in a dissenting point of view, because that's what Philip DeFranco's point really was. He was being, he was dissenting against it. He was saying, hey, right now, I don't see how you could possibly ever integrate this across and have them work together and play together. And he's right to some degree, because on different gaming platforms that exist, the actual engines that they're using and are not compatible. So you couldn't necessarily use the same item from one game to another. Within a general company, they could probably work that out. So if you own something like, that belonged to like Blizzard or Rockstar, then it would be cross-platform across all their games. Probably fairly easy to do. But what I'm getting at is right now there's enough space available within the VR development.
Oh no. All right. You can hear me. Captain, you cut out again. Sheesh.
Yo, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what all on, man. I'm not doing anything different. That sucks. Anyways, so um, yeah, I believe that there's enough space right now within the VR development and the community's desire for it, that the infrastructure, as long as it's laid out quickly, we'll be able to attain these goals. And us moving as quickly as we are to get to the market and just allow the onboarding of cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and other blockchain technologies into the space, we believe we'll be able to quickly facilitate the onboarding of partners. And we realized that early on, our personal development team is going to have some work cut out for them to make sure that we're able to cross-platform some of our own products into these games. But that's something that we're definitely going to be doing just to demonstrate the general purpose of the technology. That's what we want to. That's what we want to see come out of this. That's what the whole purpose is to not just introduce the ability to conduct commerce, but show how it should be done. Um, and because there's certain things that if you want them to exist within like the VR setting, and I talk a lot of
And he's gone.
Anyways, sorry. I talk about a lot of this stuff.
Dude, no way. You weren't even back for like 3 seconds that time.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is getting so annoying now. Um,
No.
yo, I'm gonna try this.
How
Maybe,
annoying is it, man?
sorry, maybe it's my actual like handset or my headset. I mean, so I'm just gonna unplug my headset and do this like a phone call and see if that makes a difference.
Alright.
Anyways, so yeah, I talk about a lot of this stuff as a general consumer because so much of this development and the thought process behind the entire project was spawned from the consumer point of view. Knowing what things needed to take place in the space to allow for an experience that just on a general level is unbeatable. It's what you would actually want if you could have the perfect experience. Being able to carry items across games, carry that function throughout different experiences and games. I believe that if the infrastructure is in place and the community is there that wants it, you'll then push the hand of some of the actual game companies and developers to play ball, if that makes sense. You know, to actually utilize some of the other added functions that you want into their development and kind of force their hand on what the general community wants. It's commonplace, especially in the gaming community, and I believe we have a recipe to make that happen. And in time, as long as we continue to hit our goals on our roadmap, um, I think I'm going to be able to prove a lot of people that are in like the general, not just crypto community, but the general gaming community, how they are wrong about how they perceive some of the NFT stuff that they've experienced to date. Because there are a lot of people out there that perceive it as just like a general cash grab. And sometimes it is. Sometimes there's definitely projects out there that don't have like a true purpose utility behind their NFTs, especially long term. That being said, there's also just as many projects that are out there that do have general purpose utility behind their NFTs. They have gamification going on, and they're currently up and running and utilizing NFTs in a unique way that is very valid. So I think being able to introduce a lot of those experiences in one place and being able to hopefully facilitate larger game makers and current existing game companies to jump on board and allow for NFT gamification to be cross-platform between some experiences will demonstrate a a need and a purpose to a very, very wide community of just gamers in general, and I believe that is the future. I'm a strong believer in it. It's if you watch things like Ready Player One, and you see how they interact with their items in between games and have permanence on their items. It's about the only way you can do that. Um, and I believe that's what needs to happen. Not just, again, for the actual experience, but for the overall market. It'd be beneficial for everybody. Large companies, small companies, individual creators, everybody alike will benefit from a structure like that. I think that's in a way I like to compare it a whole lot to like the general Android structure and how you saw Android development spawn over time and how much cross compatibility exists within the world of Android, not just between the phones in general, but also the other devices that exist within the Google Suite and Android Suite, how well they interact with one another and how well their products are compatible across the board. Um, so there is a way to do it with open source development, and I think that's the way to go. I think that's what a lot of people are currently working on. It's one of the big fights that we have against Facebook in general. I think it will work, and that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. Again, this was a passionate subject. It came up for me just literally watching a video earlier today. Just to recap that real quick, I watched this video earlier today by Philip DeFranco, and they were talking about how Ubisoft and EA Games have moved into this space. They are developing NFTs that will be in-game purchasable. You'll also be able to sell them through third parties. Um, they will be uniquely tracked to you, of course. And, for instance, a good purpose of something like that would be like, hey, if you had a certain skin and you won like a tournament in that skin, like the World Championship tournament for Call of Duty, and you won in that certain skin, now you could auction that skin off for a ton of money, more than likely, as an NFT. So, hey, there is, good stuff behind it, for sure, good ideas, but if that's all you're doing and you're not able to add a layer of permanence to it, like such as you got that skin and now that skin's guaranteed to work not just in that game, but in every other future game that comes out on that platform, or within that title series, and or be able to use that skin in other games that's carried by that company, then you really are kind of falling short of what the unique purpose could be behind having that NFT technology built into your platform, if that makes sense. Real quick, Nick, can you hear me? Well, I can't hear you regardless, but it looks like I am talking, so I think I'm good. Anyways, is there any questions that anybody has specifically around that concept in general? Um, know I hit heavy specifically on like the NFT side of it just now. That's just because that was what was fresh in my mind from the video that I had just watched. That, of course, is applicable for all facets of the platform itself. I, of course, do believe that having the cryptocurrencies on within the VR realm, allowing quick facilitation of swapping and spending is beneficial, not just to the currencies themselves, because you allow some type of utilization, but it's also beneficial to the overall VR space because you're able to utilize decentralized currencies, which just at least on a very basic level, personally, is a fantastic way of conducting transactions, in my belief. Anyways, is there any questions that anybody has?
Yeah, I got one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been so active on the Discord as well as any like new updates, man. So can you just catch up like on the last few updates that we have on the coin?
Yeah, absolutely. So, currently, right now, the last couple major updates that have happened within like the last 2 weeks, we did get our audit back. We did get our white paper finished. We, of course, updated our website and our rewards tracker. Um, right now, we're currently racing towards our NFT release. That's looking about 2 weeks from now. We should have that out in front of everybody. We'll get a little bit more rock solid details published throughout the community within the next day or so. We have most of the information that we need. We just need to kind of compile it. Right after we get our NFTs out, we will start to move towards our staking pools. That should be right around 2 weeks after that, which puts us right around a month away from now. That being said, that'll depend a little bit on the vested token unlock, and I think that date is actually a month away from 4 days from now. So we might be looking around 34 days before we actually get the staking pools up and running, but we will again release more information the closer we get to that. Of course, while we've got this type of development going on, we have multiple sides of the team itself, and we're always doing VR development. Currently, right now, the VR team's kind of working on two separate items. Primarily, we're always working on the VR vault and wallet, trying to get all that finished and plugged together, so we can try to get that out as fast as possible. Make sure we're first to market on that. So we're dedicating a lot of time towards that currently. That being said, we are also making sure that we get a VR chat dedicated room set up. That way we can start running our AMAs in there. We are running a little bit behind on that. I was hoping to have that all finished and done by now. I think I can still by the end of this week. As far as like working through it tonight and tomorrow, I think I'll have something finished. We'll still have to do mod testing and stuff like that before we open it up to the general community. But we will get that taken care of very shortly, just so we can start holding events, at least in a public domain space, until we are ready to start onboarding people to our private NBC lobby. That's just more or less just to get people started to get involved in the actual VR space and for us to start to brand ourselves in that VR realm. I do have some events planned that I'm gathering people for. I already have a couple influencers on board. I'm working on getting some more. I want to try to get like 5 or 6 people to do a general crypto roundtable chat. We'll do it in VR, but we'll stream it on Twitch and on YouTube as well as recorded, of course. And again, it'll have a couple medium-sized name guys in there, and I think that'll be like a good, just a good event overall. It'll be sponsored by us. I'll provide any of the equipment that is required for everybody to participate as well. I may or may not have to compensate some individuals, but overall, I think it'll just be a really good event to put on and get people kind of talking about what we're doing and show people that we are dedicated to what we say we are doing, and we're not just, here lately, I've had to fight a lot of FUD just around the fact that we have meta in our name, but we really truly are a metaverse company, and we're dedicated to true metaverse development, and not just in the way of making a cool metaverse game. We actually want to change the way that people are currently interacting in the VR space altogether, and what capabilities there actually are with VR development as far as onboarding assets and carrying assets across platforms. As well, changing how you interact with commerce and how you can conduct purchases online, not just in between individuals, but actually with direct marketplace brands. And hopefully we'll have more information on that the closer we get to that. I hope that was a good update. I hope that was
man, that was great.
I hope that's the information you're looking for. Because me as a dev, I always leave out a lot of the other business stuff because we're always working on other stuff. I think we're just about done with our LLC filing. We've done some legal onboarding stuff. We're of course always doing marketing. I actually was really impressed with the video that came out yesterday from the My Crypto Journey. I think that guy knocked it out of the park. I love the guy. I talked to him after he did the video. He's actually personally really hyped about the project, really, really likes it. So I think we're probably going to work with him in the future. I know he's not a huge YouTuber by any means, but his delivery was just fantastic, in my opinion, at least. I know everybody might not feel the same way. But he was smooth. He just had a fantastic delivery. And then I thought the exact same thing again today with the guy who put out like the video all on his own. God, I feel bad because I don't know the guy's name off the top of my head. But I tweeted about it. It was a really great video. And I'm not showing him any justice by not saying his name right now. I'm sorry. Denarius was his real name on Twitter, but he did a great job. I think more as we just continue to put out products and continue to get closer to our releases, that we're just going to build a stronger and stronger organic following, and more people are just going to start covering us. That being said, we're always on the search for additional YouTubers and influencers that we can on board, as long as they're the right ones. I'm sure everybody's noticed that we stopped using some certain influencers as much as we were before, just because we want to make sure that we're getting our branding right. Again, I've had to fight a lot of the meme coin and the meta FUD, and I don't want to be branded wrong. I don't want people to think that that's what we are, because we're simply not. We're a very serious project, and I don't want people to think that this is some type of pump coin. We're not some type of giant pump coin. You know, we're gonna walk our path, steadily grow, and continue to hit all of our points on our roadmap. Continue to hit our development goals, and these development goals, the way we've laid them out, they will facilitate every step of growth that's needed along the way. And I do believe that here soon, once we've started to roll on a couple of these early items on our roadmap, the NFTs and the staking, we'll kind of just fall into like a snowball effect of, once we've got these first couple out, our next NFT line will come out, then our next staking pool, then another NFT line. You've got the wallet somewhere in there, and now right after the wallet, you end up getting the beta lobby, and that's when everything will just start coming together really, really fast. And we'll be releasing so many products that are on their own will be kind of head turning products that I think overall just the general marketing effect will just happen. But in the meantime, we do have some surprise marketing tricks up our sleeves that we'll be rolling out over the next couple days to push a lot of volume and push a lot of new eyes on the project. As well, I talked yesterday about it, but this next week, especially as we're getting closer to our NFT release, we're going to kind of shift gears on the audience that we've been marketing to. Uh, we started this out with just doing a general marketing blanket on crypto and on small retail investors. I've said that numerous times, and I mean that. That's who we're going after. We want the retail guys, and we want the crypto enthusiasts. Now we're going to switch to the NFT enthusiasts because we're getting closer to that NFT release. So hopefully, with that kind of switching gear in marketing and the people that we're approaching to partner with marketing, we hope to attract a new set of eyes and a new audience in general. That's usually how it works, and we think that's how it'll work this time. After we do our NFT release and we've kind of done a bunch of giveaways and we've kind of exhausted that avenue, we will then, of course, because we're getting closer to our staking, switch gears and kind of start to focus on the general staking influencers and start to aim towards that market a little bit heavier. And that might seem crazy to some people, but I promise there's dedicated markets to those different facets of crypto. There's a lot of guys out there who don't invest if they can't stake. And there's a lot of people out there who buy NFTs like crazy, but really don't buy tokens that often unless they can get NFTs as well. So we're going to use that strategy, hopefully to our advantage, to just in general bring new audiences to our products and hopefully grow holder count as well as every other metric that way. And then we'll go right back over to our general marketing structure that we've been rolling with so far. Oh. Alrighty. Is there any other questions that anybody has?
There was a question on Telegram. He
Put it in the
asked,
dumpster.
does MVC have its own server for VR rooms?
Are they asking if we have our own private server within VR chat, or are they asking if we have our own server for the general NBC lobby? I can answer
That's a
both.
good question.
I can answer both questions. Right now, we do not have a private server for VR chat. That is something that like they're kind of a no go on. They really don't like it too much. But after you get so many like ranked, it's kind of like karma points. After you get such a high rank, you are able to. We're just not there yet with VR chat in particular. Now, private servers for the NBC lobby. Yes, we have to for security reasons because we're transacting peer to peer in the lobby. We have to, and that's something that will. I talked about it yesterday about general questioning on the listing as far as Oculus Store itself goes. That's something that we'll be working through with Oculus in time. We're not ready to start those negotiations or that work through process because there's some limitations as far as like what server allowances you're allowed to have with listing your products through the Oculus store. Again, that's something that I'm just going to continue to work out in time, the closer that we get to those releases. And I have more capabilities with more legal help to facilitate those negotiations. That being said, yeah, we do now. We have small servers for testing and for test nets and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll have to scale up and we'll end up with like hardware infrastructure servers for the NBC lobby. You'll have to for security reasons, is what it boils down to.
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm sure that was like a lot to have to type out as to answer him. I apologize about that. But yeah, just say yes. Anyways, is there any other questions?
Yeah, man, I want to know uh, your opinion. Just simply put, what is the goal? What is the final goal for MetaBUSD?
Hmm. My final goal is to just have lasting change on both spaces. I would love to change how people view the Binance Smart Chain's token space, as well as change how everybody interacts currently in VR. I know that's kind of a generic answer, but that's just my personal truth. As far as actual goals for the company, I believe that this is a $1 billion company. I can't say any more than that. I don't like to give market predictions. Been heavily advised not to. That being said, I do believe that this is a $1 billion company within a hundreds of $1 billion market. Easily referenceable. So there's space for growth, and I think that we are there to facilitate that growth. And I think there is a grand opportunity currently within this space to have an accelerated growth option. Um, Enough said. Any other questions?
Rock solid, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to walk that one as clean as possible. Yeah. Is there any other questions or concerns? If anybody has any concerns, please voice those as well. I know volume was a little. I like to voice any concerns that anybody might have, even if I just have them for myself. If you've been here for a long time, you know I'm very open and very honest with everybody. I'd like to leave everything on the table. That way, we all know where we are. We're all on the same page, and there's no surprises for anybody. Volume today was a little bit lower than it has been, and a little bit lower than we expected. The team hasn't taken immediate action against that. I did do a little bit of buying and burning earlier today. I did not announce when I did it. Again, we just want to avoid any market manipulation there as far as trading action goes. As well, we have changed a couple of our marketing strategies, and we will be rolling with a couple of new marketing additions over the next couple of days to try to facilitate a little bit of a higher volume, bringing in some new holders and stuff like that. We're definitely trying to space it out a little bit as far as our marketing budget goes, just because, at this point, it's really just a capital allocation game until we get to our other capital raise moments. That being said, those capital raise moments are coming right around the corner, and we do have a fair budget still. We, I think, are still sitting on around $24,000 right now to spend, and we have roughly a 12 to 14 day cycle to spend that money. So we are going to be doing some heavy marketing in order to raise that volume, increase those rewards for all holders, especially the new holders. We had a lot of people come in and join after our coin market cap, coin gecko pushes, and some of those holders have not experienced some of the amazing rewards that some of the original holders have. And that's not fair to anybody. So the team is taking action on that, and we will be facilitating some good volume pushes over the next couple days in order to facilitate a good, a good happy reaction from the community, and make sure that everybody knows that we're definitely still involved and paying attention, not just to our actual development goals, but we're keeping our ear to the street per se, as what the community's overall feeling and compasses on the project itself. We want to make sure that you know that we do pay attention, we are listening, and we take action when action is needed to be taken. So we will be doing that, and I hope everybody looks forward to it. It's coming, I swear. My daughter's looking at me, where's the pizza? I ordered pizza like 45 minutes ago, and yeah, it's not here. I get it. I'm upset about it too, but it'll be here soon. Anyways, is there any other questions that anybody has? Awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate you spending some time with me this evening. A lot of you are here every single day or every single night whenever I'm doing these, and that means a lot to me. I appreciate you still wanting to come over and just listen to me talk. I'm not the best public speaker, I get that, but I'm passionate about what we're doing here. I believe that we have a fantastic opportunity again to not just generate a little bit of revenue for everybody and have a revenue driven company, but as well make some actual impactful change on spaces that it's not just needed, but it's actually like genuinely beneficial. It's something that I personally want to see happen, and I think will be great when it happens for everybody that's involved. Um, Again, just on a pure like experience level, everybody will have a better time because of some of the implementations that we will be doing. You'll actually enjoy your experience in VR and through different games and platforms better because of the changes that we make. And I believe at the root of it all, that's what will actually make us successful, not just like shortly in time, but for a long duration of life, especially comparatively speaking to other projects that I know of and that I've been involved with. So we have staying power, and that's a good portion of what I'm actually excited about long term. Is that I know that this is just the beginning. It's super exciting that we've gotten here as well as we have, and that the road does look so bright from where we are. But I know that this is going to be a very long journey that continues to reward for years to come. And it is, of course, imperative on us continuing to hit our roadmap goals quickly and efficiently, but I feel strongly that we will be able to do that. Alrighty, guys. If there's no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop here, call Snappy Tomato, and figure out where my pizza is. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you all. I'll be available all evening in the chat. Oh, by the way, we did get I put that out. I think I added everybody, but we got the team page updated on the website. Got Argyle's doxing information on there. I know that that's been a point within the community. I apologize about that delay. Again, just been busy. That's all it was. But I got it up there. His picture's on there. His name's on there. Soon there should be a link for my LinkedIn and stuff on there, but soon I'll probably get socials from all the other guys and add it to the website as well. I already have their socials, but I haven't put the links on there. But I'll add it into their name, so if you click on any of our names, it takes you to at least one social media site of some sort, and then people can dig around from there. And they do dig. Trust me. Trust me. They dig everywhere. All right, guys. Thank you all very much. Have a good night. And I will be back tomorrow.